From CBS 47 and Fox 30, it's time for This Week in the 904.
Welcome to This Week in the 904. I'm your host, Emily Turner. This is a community affairs show. It focuses on politics, public policy, and all of the issues and things that affect our local communities here. And joining us today is Dr. Moez Limayem. He is the president of UNF. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Right around the corner from the studio.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it. So for folks who may not know, and growing up here, UNF is very different today than it was even just 10 years ago. What for folks who don't know, kind of how big you guys are?
Yeah, so we consider UNF as the backbone of this community, Emily. UNF has approximately 17,000 students, and we'll talk about it later. We have strategic goals to get bigger and better. We are a very comprehensive university. Also, we serve this community very well. 70% of our students graduate and stay right here to make our community better, keep businesses here, bring more businesses. We provide the best return on investment for the state. For every dollar invested in UNF, we give back $11 in return on investment. So UNF is more than ever before part of this great community, and we're very proud of that.
That's amazing. When you say return on investment, how does that work? So it's like when you get state funding, how the students give back?
No, it's exactly economic impact. So we look at every dollar that the state invests in UNF as a state support, because we're a state university, and then we look at the economic impact in terms of creating jobs, our students working here. They also pay taxes. We do research that brings money. That's what is the economic impact.
And most of your students, are they from Northeast Florida, or are most of your students from somewhere else in the state? Where does the majority come from?
The majority comes from our region, from our state. But more and more, as our reputations is dramatically improving, we're attracting people from other states and from other countries. We just graduated Friday. More than 800 students. They came from more than 30 countries and almost every other state.
That's amazing. And you said your graduation rate is what?
So we graduated yesterday about 1,800 students. So that's what we're very proud of. On average, every year, we put out about 5,000 graduates for our community here. So we are by far the #1 talent provider for Northeast Florida.
What are the majority of majors? Is it in a particular field?
Yes. As we said, we're very comprehensive. We provide a lot of majors in STEM, engineering, also health, business. So we cover a lot of these majors. Most likely, if you want it, we have it for you here.
What's your biggest major, the most popular?
Well, the very popular majors are, of course, many majors in business, psychology, pre-med and biology, engineering, technologies, supply chain. Also, we're very proud. We're the only school in Florida that has actually majors like advanced manufacturing. Bachelor degree. We just also started a bachelor and a master's degree in fintech. So every single day, as we speak now, Emily, our deans and faculty are speaking to businesses and trying to see what are their needs. And what we do accordingly is we revamp existing curriculum, existing degrees, but also we create new ones. Let's take, for example, Northeast Florida is a hub of excellence in supply chain, logistics and transportations. We have a great port here. We have CSX, we have Crowley. So we're emphasizing supply chain as an example. Now, everybody talks about artificial intelligence. So we're creating new degrees in artificial intelligence, but we're also incorporating artificial intelligence in every single major. And also we're creating badges, now they call them badges, certificates, to supplement the degrees so that our students are so well prepared for their careers.
How do you supplement other areas with AI? How are you utilizing that?
Yeah, I mean, look, for example, business. AI is in every aspect of business. They're in marketing, they're in accounting, they're in finance, they're in supply chain. So we make sure that these courses are incorporated. Same thing for health. I don't think we can now see a major or a profession that is not affected by AI. And we want our students to be ready for these jobs so that they can hit the ground running.
I know it. We see AI in my line of work, so it makes a lot of sense.
Everywhere. And actually, we have a certificate that now we're preparing a badge that every single student would not graduate without the foundation of AI. And we're even working on another certificates. I give you a scoop that we're going to offer for free to our communities.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So you can it's almost like a community engagement course?
Yes, it's a certificate. You can take it. You have to pass some quizzes. You cannot use ChatGPT to answer the quizzes, but it will be for free. It will be a certificate from UNF to help our community really upgrade their skills and understand AI. How does AI make me a better professional, but also how is it affecting different industries?
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
And there's plenty more for us to talk about. We've got a lot of the things that are in the works for UNF as that growth continues. We're going to talk about that when we come back in just a moment. Thanks for sticking around.
From CBS 47 and Fox 30, you're watching This Week in the 904.
Welcome back to This Week in the 904. I'm your host, Emily Turner. Joining us today is Dr. Moez Limayem from UNF. And we were talking about the growth that you guys have seen when it comes to expanding your curriculum, really creating a pipeline for talent that stays here. What is the relationship you guys have with some of these local businesses? Is that something that's like through the chamber? How does that work?
It is, let me tell you, a very tight relationship, and we're very proud of. We always in higher education, we say location, location, location. We are blessed to have the best possible location here. As I'm sure you know, Jacksonville is one of the fastest growing population, but also it is the second hottest job market in the country. And we cannot talk about the job market, we cannot talk about keeping businesses here or attracting more businesses here without the talent. That's what businesses are. So how do we deal with that? We developed this very strong relationship. As we speak now, I am sure that there are many of the executives on our campus, either guest lecturing or part of advisory boards, curriculum advisory board, helping us making sure that our curriculum is up to date, making sure that we are giving them the skills and the talent they need. So in addition to these guest lecturing, advisory council, we also go to businesses and ask them if there are any specific skills that they need right away. So what do we do for that? We work, our faculty, our experts, work with their experts to create certificates. We co-create them, we co-design them, and we co-teach them. And this way, we are 100% sure that we are actually answering exactly what they need. You might ask, why are you 100% sure? We co-designed these extracurricular badges and certificate with them, and we co-teach them. So instead of waiting for years to develop new programs, in a matter of months, we can give them a pipeline of students that they can select from with the right skills that they need.
And then, but in the steps even before that, so like, how do you decide, oh, this is a need that's not met, this is an industry that's new to Jacksonville and we need to create something there? I mean, is that something that the board does? Is that a conversation you have with the Chamber of Commerce? How do you guys decide where you're, like the new fields in which you're gonna enter?
Yes, so first of all, our deans, that's a big part of their jobs, is to reach out to these businesses. Also, we work very closely with JAX USA, which is the arm of the chamber that is tasked by keeping businesses here, helping them expand here, but also bringing more businesses here. So UNF has a seat on the table for every single discussion. When there is a new company that want to relocate here, we're there. We're there to listen to them, to make sure we have what they need in talent. And if we don't have it in degrees, then we create these badges and these certificates.
Oh, interesting. Do you have any specific examples of that happening?
Oh yeah. I mean, for example, FIS is working on
fintech.
Cybersecurity fintech. We are talking with them. The same thing, Bank of America. You know, they just opened not very far from here, and they are specializing. Their campus here is specializing in financial fraud detection. There are no degrees that just for financial fraud detection. So what we're doing as we speak, we're creating some badges with them, co-designing them. We will be co-teaching them to give them the talent from different majors so that they can have that big pipeline of students that they can employ.
Oh, that's so interesting. Well, and
Yes.
one of the things that when you talk about expansion, not just with degrees, but also like just physically expanding, you guys just got the promise of funding for an esports
Yes.
thing. I mean, but we don't have any esports company here. So is that part of this degree where maybe you create this, like build it and they will come kind of thing?
Yeah, actually, it's incredible. It's an area that many people, especially my generation, don't know much about it. But this is the
I'm not a
language.
gamer either, so I don't know, but I'm sure it's huge.
But this is a language that the new generation really understands and very appealing to them. But more importantly, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry. It's one of the fastest industries in the world. You know, when competition takes place, you have arenas with thousands and thousands of fans watching. So, why esports at UNF? First of all, our goal is to make UNF that destination of choice. That will help us do that. That will organize high school competitions to come, and probably they might have never even thought about going to college. They will come here, they see what college look like, and they will have hopefully a great time here. But also, esports entails marketing, event planning, teamwork, leadership, finance, so STEM and technology. So all of that are incorporated in esports, and we're so grateful for our mayor and our city council members for their support, because it will be something very unique that will hopefully be timely and very impactful.
And it'll be a degree?
No, for now it's just a platform for competitions, for students to really explore this great industry, but also sharpen their skills in different areas, from STEM to group work to leadership to marketing to event planning and everything in between.
Well, and what's the timeline you said?
We're hoping that by the end of this year, you will join us for the ribbon cutting.
All right, so
Yes.
there's lots more in the works too. You guys have more things getting ready to break ground. We will talk about that in just a moment when we come right back.
From CBS 47 and Fox 30, you're watching This Week in the 904.
Welcome back to This Week in the 904. I'm your host, Emily Turner. Joining us today is Dr. Moez Limayem. He is the president of UNF. We were talking about the esports thing right before we went to break, but that's not the only new building construction that's happening on campus. What else have you guys got?
Oh, it is. There's a lot of actions, a lot of cranes, and we're very proud. First of all, we are expanding our Coggin College of Business with an amazing new addition. This fall, we will cut the ribbon and start using a state-of-the-art dorm for the honors students, capacity more than 500. We are also very grateful to our legislators, and we will be breaking ground very soon for student success and student support state-of-the-art building. We are expanding our our Brooks College of Health. So a lot of activities on campus, and we're very proud. And the best is yet to come. We're not stopping.
And what else is in the pipeline?
I think it's we just approved our 10-year master plan for the campus. So we have a lot of more building that we will go and seek hopefully support from our legislators, a lot of renovations. We're also to answer the call for strategic growth. We are entering in partnerships for more dorms that hopefully will break ground on them very soon too.
When you talk about this 10-year plan and kind of your strategic goal, I mean, it really is amazing what we've seen UNF become. But in another decade, what does it look like to folks who haven't read the strategic plan?
Yeah, so think of in few years where truly UNF becomes that destination of choice, where it is in everybody's mind. We're going to keep the campus as one of the most beautiful campuses. We will keep that culture of care. When you come to UNF, Emily, you're not a number. You're a son, a daughter, nephew, and niece, a family member. We'll take good care of you. We will provide the help. We're putting processes in place where starts even with faculty. When they see that students is lagging behind a little bit, not showing up for class or showing any signs of mental health challenging, all they have to do, press one button on the website, and then a group of experts will come in and try to help that students as they need the help. So you will see hopefully revamped curriculum to answer the changes in needs from the business community. You will see more also relevant and impactful and timely majors going on, and you will see hopefully more students. You will see UNF getting bigger and getting better.
When it comes to being a destination, it's hard because in Florida you already have these marquee schools, University of Florida, Florida State, Miami. How do you even compete with that? And especially because UF is moving downtown, how do you compete with that?
I don't think, I mean, we've never tried, and we should not be trying to be like UF. UF is our flagship universities. They have a very important role that they play very well, but also we have a very important role that is crucial for our region and for our state and for our country. So, for example, we will be committing to every single student coming next fall at least one internship or similar experiential learning. We will be the University of Real World Learning.
Oh, that's so important.
Absolutely.
I mean, I wouldn't be where I am if I hadn't done an internship.
Absolutely. You know, just so you know, Emily, research say more than 90% of students who go through the internship or similar experiential learning will have job at graduation or shortly after with a competitive salary.
Wow, how do you make that kind of a commitment?
We make that commitment because of the infrastructure we put in place and the incredible relationship we have with businesses here.
That's amazing. It's been an interesting year too with the change of command at the top federally, some of the challenges that you guys have faced when it comes to changes with DE&I and immigration. How have you, let's just start with, let's say, DEI. How do you guys kind of pivot and respond to that? You know,
first of all, we're a state university. We have no other option but to comply with the laws. And since day one, we have committed to all our students, and I underscore all our students, doesn't matter what is their background, to provide them with all they need to be successful at UNF. And that's what UNF is all about, that culture of care, that communication, making sure it doesn't matter who you are, where you come from. First of all, you're going to find somebody like you at UNF, but also I am committing as your president that we will provide you with everything, all the factors, human infrastructure for you to be successful.
And when it comes to immigration and enforcement of that,
yes.
You guys just signed an agreement with ICE, as did most other state universities.
Correct.
How do you navigate that landscape?
Yeah, so as I'm sure it's not secret, the governor's office instructed all state universities to sign a memorandum of agreement with ICE. First of all, that memorandum of agreement is not in effect yet. It becomes or enters in effect only when it's signed by ICE. We don't know when or if it will be signed. And until then, we are doing everything we used to do, which is taking care of all our students, including our international students, our international great faculty and staff.
When it comes to some of these changes that are significant, when things like this come down, what does the conversation look like? I mean, is that you convene with the board, you talk with your deans?
Yes.
I mean, walk me through the process of trying to respond to something
Yes.
like that.
First of all, I think communication and transparency. We always have been very transparent with our board, with all our internal and external stakeholders. As for example, DOGE. You know, DOGE, again, it is a law. We have to comply. But if you look at even our values, accountability is our value. You know, we are one of the most effective and efficient university. We actually welcome DOGE. And if there is a room for us to be even more efficient, more effective, we are not afraid of that. And again, we have been very transparent for every request we receive from DOGE, and we've been very transparent for every information we provided DOGE. We make it available for our stakeholders.
What are some of the requests that they've already sent over?
For example, they want the research that every faculty members did. They asked a lot of questions about the position descriptions, about financial numbers. All of these are public to start with, and we provide it to them within the deadlines, and we are very confident, as our culture, our values is as accountability, that we're in a very good shape, and if there are rooms for us to improve, we welcome that.
Well, I appreciate you, and I appreciate your time and everything UNF does. You provide us with experts all the time. In fact, one of your faculty is going to be in my story a little bit later this month. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And thank you for sticking around with us this Sunday morning. We'll have another episode of This Week in the 904 coming up next Sunday. Have a great rest of your day.
Thanks for watching This Week in the 904.